We're live, this is the Share-Shootout League. We've got one contestant this evening and one is missing. Will he make it on time or will this be one contestant against himself? It'll be the most interesting Share-Shootout final in the history of Share-Shootout finals because this is the only Share-Shootout final ever. Now, is Brian Joffe playing a game of who's going to blink first with a PIC over Adcock Ingram? Is it true that South Africa's Energy Minister Tina Johansson knows how to speak fluent Russian? Comrade, that is Kulubuse Zuma in a court bid to try and have a delaying tactic to avoid his own pay back the money scenario. We don't know the answers to any of these questions. All we know is this is the final match of the Share-Shootout League. Welcome to it. It's the last match of the most vicious and most merciless stock-picking show on television. It's all up to you. Yep, it's up to you. You decide the winner tonight. We're doing this live. You decided who wins the Share-Shootout League up until now. You've got 20 minutes to vote for the best stock picker in the land. Those 20 minutes are starting now. It's the final match of the league. It matters less about who the winner is today. It really matters about what you think about the performance of the players so far. I'm Bruce Whitfield, and tonight, should we or should I say you crown the league champion? We're live on Twitter and also on CNBC Africa First in Business Worldwide. Our first and second stock pickers hold the record for the most number of tweets in the season of Share-Shootout League. They were by far the viewers' favorite choice for the final. And now I give you, ladies and gentlemen, the great reveal, the finalists.
Hello, 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 everybody. The Amakosi are not going to like me, but the Bucks is a part reference to my other favorite football team. But most importantly, I wasn't allowed to use Mr. Krabs. Where all you SpongeBob fans will know that who Mr. Krabs is. My ability? Absolutely not. So all the other competitors are far superior to me. Of course, you have to, because if you, but of course there's a criteria. You can't pick the same company twice. Although sneakily I managed to do that and the producer didn't notice. Definitely not. I thought Sid Vianello with, I think Sid's experience is probably, you know, maybe take Chris aside, is as much as all the other competitors put together. Well, I remember Sid Vianello at the beginning said yes, he thinks he's going to win because otherwise he wouldn't have entered. That's the best answer I think I've heard so far. My answer's the same as Sid. He's Venetian, you know, and those people don't even have wheels there. They've got gondolas. To get as many tweets as possible. Because when you're competing against family shows like Modern Family, you need to be much funnier than all the other competitors. This is, after all, a competition, but more importantly, entertainment.
Halala, 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 halala. So, unlike Sea Live, I don't DJ. So I do what I do best, which is obviously the fact that I am the best when it comes to investing. So why better not and say the K? Because every guy who's got a K name in the world at the moment has some oil stocks. So that's why I went with the K, because K is live. Anything that has to do with me has to have justice in it, because as you can see, I am the one with the least amount of color in the actual group. So this is what this means. It means one of two things. Either, like the majority, I made it, just made it. So if I was a matric student or pupil, I would have made it as well. Just 33.333%. So that's how I got into the top. Baba, I'm doing it this time. We choose stocks that we believe in on the short term. It's very difficult because we are investors. We focus on long term. But for this particular show, because we want to go ghetto, we go for the short stocks that make money in the short and immediate term. There's one man, I don't know from which planet he's from, but he scares the living hell out of me. That's why I call him Sushi and not Sasha. The only gameplay that there is making sure that the numbers are not cooked and people actually vote and they don't go by mass production. No, we must be able to be voted for legally. I mean, really, if there's any other tenderpreneur out there who looks better than me, I don't know if there is. But look at this belly, look at this smile. I've even got proof that I am actually the best tenderpreneur in this country. Look at the rings. There we go. See that? Look at the, oh man, look at the bling. That watch doesn't come cheap, my friend. So vote for me. I'll make you a tenderpreneur.
How did it come to this? How did it come to this? This was a serious competition with serious players, and we've ended up with Laurel and Hardy. Both Sasha, Buxton and Rishkin from Best Act. We know, of course, Paul and the clients are watching. They'll tweet and they'll support Sasha. We've got K Live, Clive Ramathibela-Smith, and we know Clivera-Inc. is watching as well. There we go. Did you mug a petrol attendant or something?
No, this is for the people. The people must vote.
Okay,
yes.
This is terrifying. These guys are your finalists. It's not my fault. You can't blame me for this. You've chosen them. Each of them has chosen 3 shares. It's kind of like poker. I know what they hold. They don't know what they hold. They can pick 2 shares from the all share. They can also have an international stock as well. But what do our stock pickers don't know is that we have thrown in a couple of curveballs as well. There are ways of influencing the votes tonight. We're not going to be fair about this, of course, at all. So, Mohammed Nala, are you with us this evening? Mohammed Nala, we've got one of GQ's best dressed men in South Africa joining us now. Mohammed Nala, are you with us?
I'm on the line, Bruce, and I'm falling off my chair looking at your 2 contestants standing in front of us.
Now, excluding the presenter, who wins Best Dressed Award this evening? There's the guy who dresses at Woolies and the guy who mugged the petrol attendant. Where does your money go?
My money just for effort alone has to go with Clive. I mean, that bright orange, I like the colors, the boldness. So he gets my thumbs up. Sorry, guys.
There we go, Mohammed Nala. Thank you very much. Nedbank's Mohammed Nala. It's, yeah. I tell you what, I've seen how Mohammed Nala dresses. He's won GQ's Man of the Year award, and no wonder he supports you there, Clive Ramathibela-Smith. He didn't say it's for style, he said it's for effort. Yeah. Okay, so best dressed man goes to Clive this evening. He's 1 ahead of you already, Sasha. Let's get into the competition. You need to be punished for wearing what you're wearing. So I'm going to make you go first, Sasha. I'm fascinated by your first pick because it is one of the most expensive shares on the JSE. It is one of the theoretically most overvalued shares on the JSE. Which one is it, Clive?
You didn't go Naspers, did you?
He's gone Naspers for 30 seconds. Tell us why you like it.
All right, so let's take 10 cent aside because that's a wonderful asset. What about DStv MultiChoice? If this was a standalone business, this thing would probably be worth 250 billion rand just by itself. So you've sewn up all the rights for all the footy all over the continent. And what do you have? You have this amazing business that you basically get for free. And there's a magnificent PE unwind coming on 10 cents. So overvalued today. Don't worry, people will be buying it at 3,000 bucks when it's done a share adjustment.
There we go. Okay, Clive Ramathibela-Smith, you got to take it.
These people are taking our people. They have put them under pressure. They are a very expensive stock. At 1,300 Rand, they actually cost more than the subscription for DStv. So I'm very worried about these people and putting up dishes on top of people's clouds when we are used to cooking in dishes. It's very unacceptable.
Seriously, though, are you shooting it down?
I am seriously shooting it down. Actually, we want that money back.
Okay, we want it back. Okay. Yeah. Sasha Narishkin, I'm afraid your Naspers share, you don't have to cry, has been shot down. Yeah. Clive, then, I mean, you talk about crazy pricing, you talk about mad investments. Yeah. Here's a company that's gone up by 6 times in the last year or so. Which one would that be? The best performing share of 2014?
It sounds like Telkom.
There we go. In 30 seconds, and they haven't seen each other's picks. They really haven't. But after 40 weeks, they're kind of predictable. They're like an old married couple, these two. 30 seconds on Telkom, Clive.
Very good management strategy. And I like the fact that, retrenchments are not good, especially for the workers. But the important thing is you need to shape up when it comes to investments, and that's what they've just done. They've got the majority of underground cabling than anybody else, and that's why Vodacom is interested in entering that particular space to make sure that they increase on their data capitalization. I think this particular stock, last year at this time, Bruce, we're sitting at 29 Rand per share. I'll speak to you now directly as I'm sitting
30
here.
seconds are up.
It's 81 Rand
okay.
per share.
History is all well and good, isn't it, Sash? I mean, that was then, this is now. It's gone up. It's worth 3 times what it was this time last year. Big deal. Big deal. Because it's not going to be worth 3 times what it is today next year, or will it?
You know, I know Clive's a big Arsenal fan. I remember Eric Cantona flying in boots and all into a fan. I think that's how I'm going to fly straight into his stock pick like Eric Cantona and say, you've got to be kidding me, Clive. This thing trades at, I don't know, it's probably more expensive than Naspers.
No, it's not. It's on a multiple of 20 times.
Yeah, declining business model. I don't know, man.
You're shot down on that one.
Badly.
For the workers, we are up with it. If you're shooting it down, you're shooting down the workers.
There we go. So what makes a great manager? What makes a great stock picker? A few market commentators have seen stock pickers come and go, as David Shapiro from Sasfin. He's also watching this evening. David Shapiro, nice to have you on the line. Who are you most bullish about winning this contest? Is it the traffic cone to my right, or is it the man dressed by Ian Moyer further on my right, David Shapiro?
The only thing going for Clive is that he's an Arsenal supporter. That's all I can say nicely about Clive.
What makes a great stock picker, David?
I'm a Sasha man.
You're a Sasha man, okay.
Yeah.
What makes a great stock picker, David? Answer the question. Answer the question.
Which is the better stock picker?
No, what makes a good one?
Experience.
Experience.
Experience. You know, you've got to be there. You've got to be there, and you've got to be there a long time to understand it and to understand the characteristics, of a share. You can't just do these things overnight.
There we go. Okay, David Shapiro, thank you very much. What he's saying, in essence, Clive, is Sasha's old. Okay, so, because what David Shapiro was saying, I don't know if you could hear it, Sasha,
yes.
He was saying experience is
Except
what
his
counts.
BMI is lower than all of ours.
He's so fit,
very
isn't he?
fit.
Sasha
He's
Narishkin.
brilliant.
Another one of your perpetual favourites.
Yes.
Oh, Aspen Pharmacare in 30 seconds.
2 words, Bruce, and it's Stephen Sard. You know, Stephen Sard is more awesome than Brian Joffe because he bought Sigma and Brian Joffe bought Adcock. Stephen Sard is more awesome than Maria Ramos because he is a Sharks fan. So whatever Merck or Glaxo dish up to him, he'll be awesome. And Stephen Sard is more awesome than Warren Buffett because he's not 97.
There we go. That is the finest rationale I've ever heard for a stock pick in my life. Clivera-Inc, I dare you to shoot down Aspen.
I love these drugs, by the way, so I have to take them with me. They keep the workers there at work every time on the Monday morning when they have to go back to work, so you need drugs, you know. And the first thing that is important about them is the price-earnings ratio. That's very important, and they're quite cheap, they're reasonable. And so working class can also afford them, and that's very important for me.
Okay, Aspen Pharmacare trades at a multiple of something nuts like 41 times. How can you say
What's their PEG ratio, Bruce?
Oh, I wouldn't have a clue. I wouldn't
Exactly.
care. And the PEG ratio is if you don't take their pills. Yeah, okay. So, Clive, you'll take Aspen Pharmacare, will you?
I'll take them very well. I accept them.
There we go. He's
I like that.
Take
I like
2
that.
pills and he'll see the doctor in the morning. So, Sasha Narishkin, your Aspen pick has been accepted. Clive Ramathibela-Smith, you are not going for education. You're going against education. Is this all about race? Or is it about the price? On Curo.
Curo Group, fantastic stuff, brilliant start to the thing. We were expecting some tender, and then this racial thing came on the board, and then I started seeing the stock just actually plummet, go down a little bit. But it's not about the race thing. It's about equal opportunities for all the children, and we want free education. So this is the reason why I'm shorting them. It's because I want South Africa to have free education so all our youngsters can have an opportunity, just like the kids at Curo who get separated based on their cultures.
There we go. Okay, I do think he's gone completely bonkers. The Curo business model is a good business model for a South African environment where you've got emerging middle class, you've got a growing middle class, they want their kids to have a better education. Ideally, everybody in the same class together. I think they've learnt an expensive lesson there, Clive. Do you like Curo?
1 point I'm going to make here. And in the famous words of John McEnroe, you have got to be kidding me, Clive. You have got to be kidding me. Last year, South African private school enrollments up 25%, government enrollments down 6%. I don't think you need to say anything else.
Okay, so you are going to take, you would shoot down a short on Kiro.
It's nuts.
Okay.
It's just like his dress, where it's complete.
Yeah,
There's only one other good thing about him. David thinks he's a great Arsenal supporter. He's actually a Bucks supporter too.
Yeah.
There we go.
So he's a Bucks supporter.
Here's my query. Here's my query.
Ladies and gentlemen, if there's a man who spends his days looking for value, fewer names in South African context are synonymous with value as Dr. Adrian Saville. Adrian, who wins the value proposition tonight? It's slightly bonkers, it's slightly mad. Neither gentleman is taking this as all too seriously. Who do you think has got the upper hand from a stock picking perspective this evening? We've had Aspen Pharmacare from Sasha. We've also had Naspers from Sasha, neither of which present value in your view. But then Clive has given us Telkom and he's given us a short on Kuro. Has either of them got any hope?
Well, my vote is going to go for Clive because Eskom has got me on load shedding and I can see Clive from here.
On a serious note, though, in terms of their picks so far, who's got the upper hand?
Okay, on the stock picks, this is a growth market like we haven't seen in South Africa, and I can see all the seduction in going for the growthy stuff like Naspers and Aspen. But I've got to go for Clive's selections because he's got something that looks a little bit value-y in Telkom, although I'm not absolutely convinced. But at least he's vindicated himself with being short growth in selling the Kuro.
Well, there we go. Thank you very much for that one, Dr. Adrian Saville. Will Sasha Bucks lose his grin? Will Clive be left looking thin, I wonder? We'll have two more stock picks for you coming up. And not that they matter ultimately, because you need to vote shamelessly for who you like. For whatever reason, you go to @Share-Shootout League. You need to vote. Okay, your votes must happen, and they must happen now. They must happen super fast. @Share-Shootout League, vote either for Bucks or for K-Live. There he is over there. He's the one who looks like you should be reversing into him with a big truck. We'll see you in a bit. This is CNBC Africa. This is Share-Shootout League, the only league to adjudicate a final in 20 minutes. And that's what you are doing. You've just got, what, 3 or 4 minutes to vote for your favorite stock picker this evening. It doesn't really matter what they're saying tonight. You know their track record. You've followed them for the last 40 weeks or thereabouts. You've got Sasha Narishkin from Vestact, and you've got K-Live. You've got Clive Ramathibela-Smith from Clivera-Inc. Their stock picks this evening. We got the best dressed. Okay, we got the most adventurously dressed. Let's redo that one. Clive won that. The most bullish or bearish, I forget who won that. And the best value by default was Clive as well. Your votes may go the same way too. So we've had the participation this evening of David Shapiro and of Adrian Saville and Mohammed Nala. Thank you, gentlemen, very much for doing that for us this evening. We're doing it live, so the votes are coming in. You don't know what it is. There is 15,000 Rand up for grabs. So that's a prize. It's a big fat check. Yeah. It's absolutely awesome. And we're going to give you that check.
It feel like
whoever
Miss
wins.
World. The world peace of the children.
It's going to feel like that briefly.
Can I be Miss Congeniality? Is that
Congeniality.
You can be Miss Orange. The only problem with our check is you have to give it to charity. Right. But that's okay. You'll be comfortable with that because you're both lovely guys. All right, on to our final picks this evening. Clive Ramathibela-Smith. Oh my goodness me, David Shapiro is going to withdraw his support for you.
Oh dear.
He says you're an Arsenal supporter.
I am indeed.
But you want to buy shares in Manchester United. In 30 seconds, tell me why.
NYSE, that's the reason why. Despite the fact that they've gone down 7 places in the league last year, they were still able to generate a whopping £187 billion. That is what a company like that can do. And I just want to add that to the fact that we've got a Dutch connection. Yeah. That means very well that these guys will actually do better going into the future. But here's the most important thing. They've just signed a TV deal with about £87 million that is going to make sure that they actually kept our scene on TV.
Is up.
Yeah, that's as fabulous as Roberto Baggio landing that last one in '94. Just remind me, Clive, I think he hit it into row ZC. So do I really have to pick one?
You know what, tonight you can have an exemption. You can shoot them all down.
It's absolutely atrocious. You pay, the players are completely overpaid. It's one of the worst next to airlines, where Warren Buffett said, if there'd been a capitalist at Kitty Hawk, he would have shot Orville and Wilbur Wright. Yeah,
he would have shot Orville and Wilbur down and saved investors billions of
Same,
time. You've shot down all three of Clive Ramathibela picks this evening.
They're outrageously bad.
Let's just remember one thing. We've got about a lot of viewers that are Manchester United supporters. This one, ladies and gentlemen, is for you. Please vote wisely and remember.
Oh, goodness gracious me. You know what? There is a career in politics for you at some point in the future. Sasha Narishkin, let's get into your final pick this evening. It is everybody's favorite company. It's the biggest company in the world. You've been entirely predictable this evening. It's not NicePass again.
No.
It's Apple in 30 seconds. Oh.
They're going to sell 300 million iPhone 6s this year, okay, including the last quarter. That's 1 in 20 people around the world who will have one. 19 out of 20 want one. Why? Because this is going to be the first $1 trillion company. They sell the most beautiful devices on the planet. Driving home from work today, I saw Apple stickers everywhere. I didn't see a single Samsung. They own 95% of the profits in the smartphone market.
There we go. It's time now to make a call on who's going to win and who's going to stay and who's going to go. Will you accept Apple, Clive? You don't have to, because you've shot down his other two picks this evening. But if you want to get the love of the audience, you'll be the good guy, you'll be the bigger man.
Yeah, I am the bigger man because I've accepted one already. So what I'm going to do is do what I do best, which is decline on any fruit or vegetable possible. And I don't want to know anything about apples.
Okay. All right, so those are the final picks for this evening. We are going to have a little moment because we need to tally the votes. I think that's exactly what we need to do. We're going to leave it all on the studio floor. It's no holds barred at all. So who is going to be the winner of Share-Shootout League? Will it be Sasha or will it be Clive? We're going to Twitter. We're checking on Twitter. We are counting the votes, ladies and gentlemen, my producers. Do we still need more time? Okay, let's have a break. Let's count up the ads and let's see who is the winner of the Share-Shootout League. The results are in. We have a winner. This is the Share-Shootout League trophy. It is absolutely magnificent. It has a bull of bear. It has our logo on it. One of our players is tonight's winner. It has been incredibly close. You guys have voted, and thank you so much for participating in the most grueling, slying, conniving Share-Shootout League season. The guys have voted. Bucks has got lots of votes. K-Live has got lots of votes. It's a vision in orange. I think it was the outfit that did it. Clive Ramathibela. Congratulations. Okay, control yourself. Hold that with both hands, don't drop it, it's made of glass. Sasha Narishkin, you've been a superstar, you've been a great contestant. We have a check as well for the winner. Clive Ramathibela-Smith, there's 15,000 Rand over here.
Oh my word.
You have nominated a charity.
Yes.
The Tutuzela Community Aid Centre. It's in
Absolutely.
Alexandra. That 15,000 Rand, courtesy of your hard work, is going to go there. Would you have done the same? Would you have
Exactly the same.
You see, it doesn't matter
World
who
class.
wins and who loses. Listen, thank you guys so
That's
much
for the
playing.
workers.
That's for the workers. Yeah, of course. You're gonna go burn that stuff afterwards. And listen, thank you so much for all of your tweets, for supporting the show throughout the season, for crowning our winner this evening. It's been brilliant fun. It's been a little bit of bedlam this evening. I hope that you've enjoyed it. To the Share-Shootout League players, to all of the contestants throughout the last 40-odd weeks, thank you so much for playing along. To friends of the show, the innovative glass design as well. That's absolutely awesome. The lovely trophy. Our headline sponsor, Lion of Africa. Thank you for the last 2 seasons. Until next time, do stay cunning. Clive Ramathibela-Smith, the king of Share-Shootout League. Don't do that, you'll have a heart attack. Clive, no, don't do that.